Rolex with Dogecoin.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live. Apparently, I'm not on the screen, but Nick is. But I think I know how to remedy that. Just give me a moment. Let's see if we can move on up so you can see me as well. Not that it'd be bad for most of you to see the real Nick Balls and not Steven Steele. He's a bit easier on the eyes, ladies, than yours truly here. But let's see what we can do to.
Really on the screen too. I'm like the entire screen.
Here you are. I'm moving on up. You're moving on down. Let's see if we can. We'll get the proportions on this worked out, guys. Just little technical difficulties here. We're still adjusting to the new Brady Bunch Hollywood Squares format. There we go. Good to see you, Mr. Nick Balls, and we are ready to get down to it, Boppers. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. Between myself and my esteemed co-host, and I got a lot of exciting things, a lot of interesting things to get into tonight. A few provocative things as well. So without any further ado, we're gonna get down to it, Boppers. Sit back, relax, whatever your pleasure is, some herbal tea or a stiff cocktail or something in between. You know, do what you do. Who do we got in the chat tonight? We've got Jason Huffman. We got the Zombie Doge Army. We got Mike Tracy. We got Kama DeLuthi. We got me, you, Nurse Terry Reed making a little appearance before she's got to get ready for work tomorrow. Alan Schneider, of course. Crypto Cali, what is up? And so many more just trickling in, and they will continue to flow in as the show keeps going. If I could just ask you guys to hit that like button. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. Number one thing you can do to help a emerging channel like this keep on emerging, right? Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You are watching Steve Steele Live. I am Steven Steele, and we would like to invite you to join this eccentric little growing community on our little corner of the internet here. And ascend with us to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. Lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this episode, that's obviously hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. Feel free to ask myself and or my co-host anything you'd like, and we will field those super chats to the best of our ability. And also memberships available for as little as $4 a month. $4 a month. That's one trip to Starbucks. I don't even think you can get half those drinks at Starbucks anymore for $4. $4 a month unlocks membership features, membership content that is on the regular, membership exclusive streams, all those cool emojis you see, membership only videos and stuff like that. So feel free to look at that. It's another great and simple and cost-effective way to additional way to support the channel and what we do here. Nice Hollywood Squares reference. I'll take the Real Deal for the win. Yes, I have one vote of confidence. And starting things off is Jason Huffman. Jason Huffman with the first super chat of the evening. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Jason, been there with me since the beginning. Big supporter of the show. So thank you, Jason, for $5 super chat. Here's for a great show. Hangout. Yes, indeed. Let's do it to it. Nick, right now here we are. We're sitting at about 20 cents on the Doge. Yeah, it's starting to feel like Groundhog's Day sometimes, isn't it? It starts to feel like Groundhog's Day when you follow this stuff like we do on the daily basis. And it's just one of those things. But you always hearken back to a common theme that we often address here on the show, is that, when in doubt, zoom out. So here we are. Sure, it gets a little boring, gets a little tedious. Why the heck are we trading sideways at 20 cents right now? Wasn't Dogecoin at 73 cents one night? Yes, it was for one brief moment. Yes, it was. That's true. And it's frustrating to come all the way down to 20 cents. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you're gifted something that's just unbelievable, and then your mom takes it away and says, "Oh, that's enough for now." And you're like, "No, I want more of it. She's like, "Well, you can't have the whole cake, dude. You had a slice of cake, enjoy the slice of cake, but it'd be irresponsible to give you the whole cake because then you get sick afterwards." Just as it would have been irresponsible for us to just rock it up to $1 without any retracements, we would have paid the price for that, right? So that's how I see things now. when we look back 12 months, Nick, let me ask you, if someone told you 12 months from this very day that Doge would be looking at about an 8,600% price increase, I don't think you would have been too upset by that.
No. In fact, I mean, when all is said and done, even where we stand right now, I'm still up 33,000%. So I'm not complaining. We could hang out here for another year, and I wouldn't care. You know what? It doesn't. I wish for everybody who got in, a majority of Dogecoin holders got in this year or sometime within the past 12 months. And for those people, I hope that price action continues to head north, but I also hope that they learn a bunch of lessons from bull and bear market movements. If this is your first time getting into crypto and you got into Dogecoin, well, congrats, because you got into something that's easy to hold and typically very profitable. It just kind of depends on when you got in, but for the people who get upset or discouraged with what I would consider brief periods of price stagnation, you're talking to a guy who had a 7-year price stagnation. So you just got to learn that it's an easy crypto to get into in the beginning and figure out learn your lessons in how to move and how to hold in crypto.
Yeah, I think that's wonderfully stated there. Crypto Cali says, excited. I'm actually up for the live stream for the first time this time, first one ever. Well, excited to have you, sir. And try to stay up a little bit more with this. Worst case scenario, you can always watch it the next day, but it's great to have you here live. And I see that you're a member, so I appreciate your support of the channel. And Alvin, what's up, Steele and Nick? How are you guys been? We're doing it to it. We are fantastic. One thing that I learned when in my younger years that didn't quite set in until I was a young man, probably about 20 years old, Nick, is that happiness is many times a choice, isn't it? It's happiness and optimism are things that you take for granted and that just come much more naturally when you're a younger person. And then the more life goes on and the more trials and tribulations and curveballs that hit you, then you quickly realize many times you must choose to be happy. You must choose motivation. You must choose optimism. Now, these are very powerful, simple concepts because when we put these things into action, I think the dividends really many times pay off. And then when we collectively come together to decide these things, and I think Dogecoin community is a quintessential example of that, as we saw with AMC. AMC still was going to shelve Dogecoin, remember? He still was going to shelve Dogecoin, and he said, we're going to take Bitcoin Cash, we're going to take Litecoin, we're going to take Ethereum, and the whole Dogecoin community came together and said, we're not having that. We're not having that. We've had AMC's back for a long time. Many of us are AMC holders. You need to accept Dogecoin. This is ridiculous. Dogecoin is faster. It's more efficient. It's cheaper in its fees. This makes no sense. You need to get on the dog money. This is not acceptable. And here we are. Now we are on the verge of that happening, likely by end of year. Just one of many examples. What are your thoughts on my little tangent there, sir?
Well, I think that, obviously the correlation between Doge and AMC is, it was an obvious choice. And I don't fault Adam for getting it wrong there. He's not like, when he started becoming, getting deep into the business world, crypto wasn't a thing. So I'm not faulting him for that. I think they made the right call by putting the poll out there. But I will say,
polling out's usually a good idea.
Yeah. I actually got crypto, or I should say, I got Dogecoin accepted at a large business today, a company that does about $130 million a year in business.
Yeah, please extrapolate on this. Okay. This is fantastic.
This is pretty cool. So, if you follow my Twitter, you've probably recognized in the past few weeks I've been getting into horology, which is the study or collecting. Not what you think.
I was like, I too, I think, have studied this. Okay, go
I
ahead.
have, yeah. Well, turns out I've been a fan of horology for a long time, but I'm talking about watches.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So
A notable difference, sir.
yes, yeah. That was the first joke I made when I found out that's what it was called.
Naturally.
Yeah. So there's a company, and they actually have a brilliant YouTube channel. The channel is called, the guy's name is Roman Scharf.
Yes.
And his channel runs a program called Gray Market, where they basically, it's like a reality TV show centered around his company, which is called Luxury Bazaar, which is the largest secondhand dealer of watches in North America.
Yeah.
And so they buy, sell, trade all different, any kind of watch you could ever imagine. And I called them a couple weeks ago, and I got set up. There's a guy there named Nick who ended up becoming my personal sales rep, and I've been looking for a very specific Rolex for about a month now.
All right.
It's a 41 millimeter date just black dial, diamond encrusted dial, and so he found one for me. It was a little bit more expensive than where I had it here in Chicago, but my guy in Chicago wouldn't be able to get it for over a year. And I was like, I'm not waiting a year to save $1,000. So Nick called me up. I called him back, and I was like, hey, I noticed on their website they had a thing at the banner at the top, which I didn't even notice before. And it says, we accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash or something like that. And I called him up, and I was like, hey, would you guys take Dogecoin? And he's like, let me ask my crypto guy. I'll call you back. Calls me back 5 minutes later. Boom. We'll take Dogecoin right now.
No way.
And, yeah. Not only that, here's the plan. So the plan is my anniversary is coming up in a few weeks. Me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's our 3-year anniversary. So we're like doing a whole bunch of stuff for the next 3 weeks or so. After that's over, I am going to buy this Rolex with Dogecoin, fly out to their headquarters, which is in Philadelphia, pick up the watch in person, and film an episode of Gray Market where I go in and talk to them about Dogecoin. So we're fingers crossed. They're now planning on accepting Doge. Well, they already are, except they're going to accept my Dogecoin. But I want them to not only advertise it through the YouTube show, but also I want them to put it on their banner on their homepage. I mean, this is not a big ask, I don't think. It's just literally you just drop in an image.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. So
it's also to their benefit.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can, once we get the episode filmed and it gets up, because I think they have a day turnover, so they film and then they post the next day. I want everybody. I'm going to reach out to all the big people that we're friends with in the Dogecoin community. Risky, if you're listening, be expecting a DM from me.
Where's Risky been? I haven't seen him in here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I talked to him a little. I DM'd with him a few days ago. I think.
Okay, I haven't corresponded with him.
He was on vacation. He was on vacation.
Why. Okay.
Yeah. So he's been back for a week or so now, I think. But I'm gonna get Risky. I'm gonna get Matt Wallace actually commented today on it. I told Matt, I'm like, Matt, go buy a freaking watch and meet me, and I'll meet you and Diane in Philly.
And what's the name of this company, Nick? What's the name of this company?
The name of the actual company is called Luxury Bazaar. So you can go to their website right now. You can go see that they accept crypto payments right now. They do accept Dogecoin. It's just not advertised. So I want to change that. But it's called Luxury Bazaar. I think I'm just going to double check because it's a weird spelling. It's luxurybazaar.com, but bazaar is spelled Bazaar, not the typical spelling. But you could Google it and find them. But yeah, it'll be sometime in late October, possibly early November. I don't know, somewhere around there. We'll fly out there, and we'll make a little trip of it. Maybe I'll film it for content or something. I don't know, but it's going to definitely be filmed for their channel. And on top of that, you guys will get to see my diamond encrusted Rolex.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. but I love it and I want one. And my watch collection is already stupid money, so yeah, it's just, I think it's a cool thing, and for people, I know there's a whole world of watch collectors out there. I had no clue. There's a lot of like people who are into that, on the high end, on the medium. Yeah,
it's a huge subculture. Yeah, it's a huge subculture. That's awesome news, man. So I mean, you pretty much single-handedly did that. And have you proposed this to them for them to actually advertise publicly that they're Doge-friendly retailers?
Yeah, I mean they are. You can right now you can use Dogecoin with them. It's just not advertised in the way that it should be. So I know the guys there. I've been talking with them for a couple weeks now, and there's a huge market. I mean, okay, between you, Risky, Matt Wallace, Miles, I know first off, Miles is getting a watch. So we already know that's going down.
Right.
Between all of our, best friends in the community collectively, what are we looking at? Like at least a few million subs or a few million followers.
Right.
Together. And if we can get everybody to post like on whenever the show goes live or whatever, once we get, we can post, if we can all post that out, and they see that Dogecoin is being actively used on their site, and they have, it's not like they just sell $20,000 or $50,000 watches. They also sell they sell any kind of watch at like Casios, like $50 Casios. So it would just be cool. It's just another retailer, and on top of it, it's like a family-owned, cool company that does like good business. So that's the kind of companies that I like to bring into the Dogecoin world.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you, Sliding Edge. I just noticed your super chat for $2 coming in. Steele Balls NFTs need to be minted, folks. Maybe in due time. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Maybe in due time. I
got more ETH than I do. You could do that.
Yeah,
I have a total of 0 ETH.
Oh, I'm very bullish on ETH. I'm stacking as much ETH as possible. Now
I should be.
Yeah, ETH is my strong second to Dogecoin. So Steel Balls NFTs. Yeah, it's one of those things, guys. Right now, I'm focused on Doge X in my role there, and I'm very excited about it. And minting has really picked up at Doge X. We surpassed 69% minted yesterday, and now it's like quickly reaching 80% minted as we speak right now. So it's not going to be much longer before those are all gone. The only place you'll be able to get them is OpenSea. So super excited about what's going on there.
Are all the ultra rares gone?
No, there's there's 2 more ultra rares in the final. What would that be? 20 some percent that are left. And the ultra rares, just to let you know, have gone on resale just already now before we're even all minted out. One of them went for about $36,000 in ETH. So, and we're not even minted yet. The asteroids, which are the second rarest class of Doge X's, have been going for about $7,500, $8,000 in ETH, and then the moons, which are the second most common ones, are going for about 2 ETH right now. So, yeah, and those are like
okay. What did educate me here, because I don't know. Mm-hmm. Obviously, rarity is dictated by how many there are, right? So there's 12 ultra rares, but what, other than the fact that there's only 12 of them, what determines the resale value? Like, okay, so let's say I get an ultra rare, right? And I put it up, I mint it myself. I pay whatever what is it, like $300 or $400 to mint one, something like that. Okay, so I pay the $300 and $400. I get an ultra rare. I put it up for auction, or do I have like I put it out for bidding? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's basically OpenSeas is the largest gallery and like marketplace for NFTs on the internet. So
like eBay.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's like Sotheby's meets eBay, you know. And so
Okay.
yeah, so then and what's really cool is you also just sync and link your MetaMask wallet to OpenSea's, and then automatically you will visually see all the NFTs that you have purchased in your wallet in your profile at when it's patched through OpenSea's, and then you can automatically list it for reselling right through there if you choose to. Obviously, since this project's just getting started, the more advantageous thing would probably be to hold on to it for a bit and accumulate more value. But you know, I don't fault people for selling either. I don't take any judgments on that stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And what decides rarity obviously is how many, and then the features and the characteristics. And you know, it's just a fun, goofy thing. I mean. How much money these things are going for, people scratch their heads, you know, outsiders, and like, why? It's like, I don't particularly even know why. I just think it's a lot of fun, and it's I think the whole market and everything is formulating as it goes. I think the future for it is extremely bullish, and the communities and the utility that's been forming within the communities is even more exciting. The thing that I'm most excited about the Dogex, okay, there's two things. It's hard for me not to talk about this without explaining a couple of these things. So a couple things that most people don't know about the Dogex project is, particularly if the minority of critics out there regarding it, is number one, this is not Matt Wallace's NFT project. This project was created by 3 super talented, super hardworking developers who are longtime Dogecoin holders, okay? And they wanted to create something that expressed their enthusiasm for Dogecoin and something that could be used as leverage for helping to advance Dogecoin into the NFT space and wherever else, and to beef up the bridging between Ethereum and Doge. So the metaverse developer has been working very hard on different innovative ways to build Ethereum and Dogecoin bridges, number one. Number two, to use the Dogecoin project as leverage, kind of try to wield it as a catalyst to getting big platforms like OpenSea's to accept Dogecoin. And on this show, actually, that metaverse developer said, if we can't get OpenSea's to accept Dogecoin, he says, I'm already been working on, prepared to launch our own full marketplace, NFT marketplace that will accept not only Ethereum, not only Dogecoin, but ADA and Solana as well. So, you know, I think the potential for that is absolutely massive, and just the enthusiasm, the positivity around it is super strong. I mean, what applies to the crypto community also applies to the NFT community. You know, it's as strong as its community. It's as enthusiastic as its community. You know, Nick, we see so many streamers that suddenly start streaming about Dogecoin, obviously a bunch of them, when Dogecoin's doing really well, right? That's easy. You pop on the YouTube when Doge is surging, you'll see a million people live streaming Doge, right?
Oh, how often, you know, during the peak did we have 1,000 people in here?
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But totally, if you go on YouTube right now and see who's maybe live streaming about Doge, you'll get maybe one, maybe two others tops. I guess maybe Living with Lucy might be maybe on right now. Other than her, nobody, because it's up to us. Like, one of the roles that I take on and have taken very seriously as a Doge-centric content creator here, and I know that you do. I mean, this is kind of like your job, where it's a good thing that we give people a place to go, and we come to the mat night after night, and it keeps people engaged. It keeps people excited. I mean, here we are. I'm excited, man, and we're trading at 20 cents. You find a live stream on the internet right now that's Doge-centric, where you're going to find people excited and not swayed at all by the fact that we've been trading sideways at 20 cents, because we know what's to come. We know everything that's in order. We know that everything that's been going on behind the scenes. We're very educated. We're very knowledgeable about these things. I have you know, I have my ear to the rail. I have first-hand communication with the Dogecoin Foundation. I know what's going on. You know what's going on. Nick, you've been involved and in the trenches with not only Dogecoin, but the inner workings and the people at the core of it since 2014. If you are even mildly a Doge enthusiast, let alone an investor, this is the channel for you to be at, okay? I don't blatantly just promote my stuff like this and boast by any means, but I just feel like I gotta flex for once. I gotta flex for once here because I've been going now, and you are literally flexing, and you will find no bigger muscles in the Doge scene than Nick Balls, ladies and gentlemen. But this show is on nearly 7 nights a week for the last 5 frickin' months, 6 months. 95% of it very Doge-centric content. There's not another content creator, there's not another channel on the internet that has done this. There's not another channel on the internet that you can find that will give you this kind of dedication, this kind of enthusiasm, this kind of unique information, this kind of unique entertainment. Okay? There's a reason why we're doing this. We believe in what we're talking about. It's not just bullocks. It's not just type. You don't see me in a thumbnail saying Doge is going to 1,000x tomorrow and you're going to be a freaking millionaire.
Somebody clip that.
Somebody's going to clip that and make that into a thumbnail now. Yeah, but we come to the mat every night and we give you guys pragmatic, practical reasons why we are optimistic about Dogecoin, why we're optimistic about digital currency, and then we give our views and we talk about other stuff as well. But, you know, so if you haven't become a member, I think you should consider it. You should consider it. Anyway.
It's funny because I know you're familiar with Teddy Zane, the bodybuilder
Yeah.
guy who looks like Rich Piana.
Yeah, he does look like Rich Piana.
He hasn't mentioned Dogecoin in months, and he got really heavy into AMC.
Yeah,
I
noticed.
He was big on AMC. He owns like 4,000 or 5,000 shares or something like that. And he was big on AMC for the longest. But he actually put out a Dogecoin video today, and he was like, "I'm gonna try and do my best, Teddy Zane." He was like, I really feel like something's going on in Dogecoin. Something's about to happen. I don't know what, but something is about to happen. And I was like, oh, okay, Teddy Zane. I like the way you're thinking, dog. I don't know. You know, I think we all kind of feel this like looming something. I mean, if you watch any of the major market, even the big guys, right? Like BitBoy, all of the biggest YouTube crypto in general, like there is a tension bubbling in the markets right now, and I think that what is to come in the next 3 months for Dogecoin is bigger than what could be coming for Bitcoin or ETH or any of these other, you know, amazing projects. But there is something coming for Dogecoin that has never been seen before. And I was talking to the owner of my gym about this today. I'm like, bro, watch what happens. And this is something people don't think about, but this is very true. Watch what happens when Dogecoin goes from a slight distribution discrepancy to almost no distribution discrepancy. Meaning, right now, 30% of Dogecoin is owned by Robinhood. We know this. This is fact. We have no qualms or questions about this.
Right.
But when that 30% gets distributed, Dogecoin will be one of the most distributed cryptocurrencies in the top 10, even compared to ETH, which the distribution on ETH is really not that great. Like Vitalik owns a ton of it and like 2 other dudes.
Right.
So watch what happens when Dogecoin becomes the most evenly distributed crypto in the top 10. Like that's a huge step forward and something a lot of people have not talked about at all. And this is only a few months away, and it's actually not even that because it's happening right now. I mean, they're testing. I got the email. Like,
right.
They want people who have tons of Dogecoin to join their program, which I'm not going to do, by the way. But thanks anyway, Vlad. Nice try. Not going to happen.
Yeah. A question for you: Who would win in an arm wrestling match, you or Teddy Zane?
he's got a bunch of injuries.
Okay.
But I will say this. I right, this was before this. Oh god, this must have been 2 years ago. It was right before I had to get prep started for my last show, and I was at a restaurant. No, it's like Chipotle. It's called Qdoba. We have them around here, and I know the manager there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I know the manager there, and I wanted guacamole on my bowl, but I didn't want to pay for it. He's like, arm wrestle me for free guacamole, and I was like, sure. And he's a dude. This guy's like 5'5", but he doesn't he doesn't work out, but he's just stocky.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll arm wrestle you. So I did, and I beat him, and I got the free guacamole, and I was in the hospital the next day.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Because I just sprained my tendon. I just basically like pulled the tendon in my arm, and it hurt so bad. And this is why I will never arm wrestle again. I can be good at it and I can beat people, but I am not by any means I'm not trained on how to arm wrestle. I literally just muscle my way through it.
Right.
I'm sure if I trained for arm wrestling, I probably could be pretty good at it, but yeah. It's not in the cards for me.
Man.
Who am I supposed to be arm wrestling? Teddy Zane? I'll go up against him, fuck it.
I'm going to give you guys a Teddy Zane impersonation right now. Hey, it's Teddy Zane coming to you live. There's a lot of stuff going down with Dogecoin right now.
Not as much as AMC. The apes are stronger together.
No, I... Do you know he does the half-face thing? Yeah. Chris W. coming in. Thank you, Chris W. And welcome to membership. Coming in with the special agent membership. Special agent Chris. Welcome aboard. And stay tuned because I will be doing a members only stream very closely after this regular show. Nick, you're probably going to bed, but you're always more than welcome to join over there. Rock Lobster coming in with a $9, $10 super chat. Great to have you back in the fold, Rock Lobster. Glad you guys keep it real. Twitter turned me off, but y'all rock. I appreciate you both. Glad to be back in the fold. You know, I totally get that, Rock Lobster. I've actually personally taken a break from Twitter, and I will be back. I just don't know when, but I need a Twitter break, and it's great to just be able to focus on YouTube. Honestly, I don't hate Twitter, but I love YouTube. I really enjoy this platform. Personally, I enjoy this platform a lot more. Also, if you haven't joined the Steven Steele Discord, let's beef up the Discord community over there because that's got access 24/7. I've got a 24-hour voice chat just for members over there. That's free access. Most people in my position charge for their Discords. I don't charge. My Discord's free, and that's a big advantage. So I welcome you guys to really take advantage of that. If you're not already a member of the Steven Steele Discord community, I'd love to have you over there. I'm going to paste the link to the Discord in the chat right now. If you're not already a member, I would just love to have you over there.
For those of you who haven't noticed, I really only enjoy Twitter from the hours of 7 a.m. until about 10 a.m.
Yeah, I have noticed that. That's your window.
Yeah. I'm as soon as I get the coffee in me, I'm like, tweet, and then it wears off, and I'm like, I'm going to go run errands. I'm like, yeah. By late at night, I'm just burnt out.
Yeah. People are saying stuff about Twitter. Yeah, just overall, for me anyway, my experiences, the vibes have been way more positive on a consistent basis on YouTube. I don't encounter any of the petty drama or stuff that you encounter on Twitter. But I will be back. Don't worry. I will be back on Twitter. I'm just taking a break. Hector the Dude. Good to see you, Hector the Dude. Let me see. Let me get back to my notes here before we went on the Teddy Zane tangent.
I love Teddy Zane.
I love him too. Does he still do the half face thing?
No, he moved up. He upgraded to the whole shebang.
He does say shebang, right? Shebang. That's his thing, right?
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
He's like the
And
emerald.
he stole that, by the way.
Who
That's
did he
not
steal it
his
from?
saying.
Who did he steal?
He stole it from a body. He stole it from a bodybuilder who he's a big fan of.
Okay.
And I'm also a big fan of. His name is Kevin Levrone. I don't know why I just couldn't think of it. But yeah, he got that from Kevin Levrone.
I thought he may have gotten it from Ricky Martin from the early 2000s. His seminal hit "She Bangs."
That was a hit.
You know, it'd be really funny if you're just like chilling at a red light at an intersection and someone a dude just rolled up in a really expensive convertible and was just bumping early 2000s Ricky Martin, like going for it.
I listen. This is don't judge.
No judgment. Go ahead.
I listen to the Spice Girls almost everywhere.
Oh, wow.
I've loved the Spice Girls since I was a little kid, and I still love the Spice Girls, and I will still listen to them in my car. So if you see a McLaren pull up and drop the top, banging the Spice Girls, it's probably me.
That is a sight to behold. Jacked Nick, in a McLaren, just telling us what he wants, what he really, really wants. That's quite a dynamic there. You know what? My favorite Spice Girls song is called "Stop." You know that one?
Oh yeah.
That's my jam. Stop right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's my jam. You know, it was a pretty funny and kind of campy movie. Was that movie? Well, that movie that they did, Spice World.
Spice Girls movie.
Spice World. It's pretty good.
I watched it 100 times. And
it's pretty good.
At the time, they had these like candy they had that got released with the movie.
Yeah.
I must have ate like 1,000 of those things. I forgot what they were. I was a sucker or like some sort of like push pop or something like that. Man, what a time. What a time. Spice World. I watched it over and over. I don't know. I think it was like pre-adolescence for me, and I just loved like the girls. Like,
I think we've got to the crux here. What the real connection was, and you know. So, which was your fantasy Spice Girl as a young man?
Well, way back when, you know, like people know that I love blondes, so clearly Baby was my go-to. But I also liked. I'm trying to remember her actual name now. I don't know why I can't think of her real name. Jerry Halliwell.
Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, and she actually went on to be a very big pop star as a solo act in the UK. It really didn't translate too well here, but in the UK, she absolutely became massive post Spice Girls.
Yeah, she was. Baby and Jerry Halliwell were my top two.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mine's tricky. Mine would be Posh Spice, but with the brain and personality of Sporty Spice. So transport.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you know what I mean? That would be. I would create if I had those capabilities. That's the hybrid that I would. The Spice Girls hybrid.
Posh, she's a bit of a. She's a handful. You know.
I don't like. I've dated girls like that. I don't need that in my life ever again. You know.
Yeah.
Just like you could. Yeah. The maintenance just radiating off a woman like that is just. It's too much. Too much.
Well, she's with David Beckham, right?
Let's use this as a segue. Let's use this as a segue, actually. I think because there's a topic that's on the thumbnail that I wanted to get to tonight, and that is one of Johnny Depp, right? Johnny Depp has recently been speaking out. For those of you who don't know, Johnny Depp was pretty much canceled big time. He was let go from Disney. He will no longer be Captain Jack Sparrow, and he's pretty bummed out about it. And just recently, yesterday and today, he's kind of been, just been speaking out again about this in light of recent circumstances. And you and I were touched very briefly on Amber Heard before we got on the air here. And, at the end of the day, nobody knows for sure what happened. And I'm not claiming that either of us will know for sure what happened, but the allegation is that have greatly compromised Johnny Depp's career is that he was physically abusive to Amber Heard, and that there was a history of domestic violence there. What we do know is this: Johnny Depp has no other complaints in that regard from any other previous past girlfriends. We do know that, so there's no pattern. We also know that Johnny Depp, most everyone that's been good friends with him for a long period of time or has ever dated him, all describe him as an eccentric and a bit of a drinker, but never somebody that's been an abuser. Now, what we do know about Amber Heard, on the other hand, is she's got quite the resume. Okay, if we look at the roster of men that she's dated, also on that list, might I add, is Mr. Elon Musk. Okay, so she's I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but what did Jamie Foxx say there back years ago? But it's just one of those things. Jason Huffman coming in with a $5 super chat. Tip is for today's news stories thoughts segment. Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate it. Anyway, you got any thoughts on this whole mess, Nick?
Oh God, where do I start? Okay, I will say this. I think first off, Johnny Depp was when he met. I'm losing names tonight for some reason. When he met the guy from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, why can't I think of that guy's name? I used to study this guy all the time. This is gonna drive me crazy.
Nick Cage?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other
Thompson.
Vegas. I was thinking of the other Vegas
Yeah,
movie with Nick Cage. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Leaving Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
No, Fear and Loathing by Hunter S. Thompson. When Johnny Depp had two phases of his life, and it was pre Hunter S. Thompson and post Hunter S. Thompson. Something happened to Johnny Depp when he met Hunter S. Thompson, in that he became Hunter S. Thompson, and for the rest of his life, Johnny Depp has been living as Hunter S. Thompson. And for those who don't know, Hunter S. Thompson, a severe alcoholic and drug addict, till the day he died, which is incredible because if you ever read about the amount of drugs and alcohol this dude consumed on a daily basis, amazing that he made it. And he didn't even die of natural causes. He got himself out. So Johnny Depp has been drinking in what is reported to be like a $30,000 a month wine habit, which I don't know how you consume that much wine. I know there are expensive wines out there, but like, dude, that's a lot of wine. So I think what happened, and this is just my opinion, him and Amber got together, two people who, it was a toxic relationship, right? From both ends.
Right.
I don't think from every person that Johnny's been involved with, and just the type of person he is, he's not. And by the way, the type of person Hunter S. Thompson was too, because you got to keep in mind Johnny Depp is Hunter S. Thompson. I think that they just got themselves into a mixed up predicament that I wish somebody would have been like in the very beginning, like this was not a good idea. Like maybe later, but definitely don't marry her. And it's unfortunate because Amber Heard, from all accounts, seems to be a piece of human garbage. I can't confirm this, but from everything that's been reported through other people, you've got people on Johnny Depp's side who's known him his whole life, and they're like, this is not that guy. And you've got people who've known Amber Heard her whole life, and her friends are like, yeah, she's that girl. So, it is what it is. I will note this, that Amber Heard got $2 million from Johnny Depp that she reportedly was going to donate to like women's like shelters or something like that. And and she had this big hoopla in Hollywood where she's like, she had like a press conference like on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she's like, I'm going to donate all this money that I got. Not a penny of it is going to me. And there is no evidence that she gave any of this money to anyone but herself. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Where are the receipts, Amber? I have no idea. But I think it's just a terrible situation. Johnny Depp is an amazing actor in the sense that he had a very prolific career. I think that he got the middle part where we best know him from, like his most recent roles. He was in a shitty spot in his life where he really didn't get to flex his acting muscle. He was kind of doing a lot of work for money, which I don't blame you. Hey,
Right.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes. That $30,000 a month wine habit won't pay itself. But I think Johnny Depp, I hope, will have a lull. How old is he now? Is he in his 50s? He's got.
He's approaching 60, actually. I think he's 58 or 59.
Okay. So he is, he's 58. So I hope that Johnny Depp gets a lull in has a break for a year or two and comes back and really makes some
Huge comeback.
huge comeback. And it doesn't have to be, I hope it's not some weird series like Harry Potter or Pirates of the Caribbean. He needs to be in the next Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
something
just epically
major.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which he can do. He has the acting ability to pull something like that off.
Oh,
but
hands down.
I'm afraid it won't come for him until he's in his later 60s, and by then, who knows? Because he could be in. From all accounts, he's not doing well financially. He was living his life like that Pirates money was never gonna disappear, and it disappeared. So
Yeah, definitely a lot of mismanagement there. It's one of those things too where there are interesting. There has been a lot of interesting audio footage that Johnny Depp has leaked out through the course of this thing, that where Amber Heard is admittedly referring to hitting him and beating him. Now, granted, the roles reversed are a bit different. Just when you overall in generalities, I'm speaking in physical strength between men and women. So, some people would poo-poo that. Speaking of which, another thing that Amber Heard did was she literally pooped in Johnny Depp's bed as some gesture of revenge. And so he has footage of that and pictures of that as well. But perhaps we should change her name to Amber Turd. So just some food, just some food for thought there. Some food for thought. Yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, we can't say with absolute certainty, but what we can do, we can look at the history of both of these people and the things that people have said about them. The people, right? So that people have said about them that have been closest to them over the years. So we can look at track records. We can look at the data that we've seen thus far. I kind of lean in defense of Johnny Depp if I had to decide today. I've always found him immensely likable and incredible actor, all the way back to when he first started as a kid on 21 Jump Street, all the way through his entire acting career. My favorite, actually, Johnny Depp movie is The Ninth Gate. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but pretty underrated movie, kind of about the kind of stumbling across this occult cult, and then he gets gets mixed up in kind of saving people and from this occult murder underground society or something like that. It's really cool though. Somebody said Amber Heard equals poop for thought. Who pooped the bed? Danny DeVito. And the jokes just keep flying. Miles G in the chat. Good to see you, Miles G. Celeste says, usually the one who calls the cops first wins. Celeste says, yeah, I of course, with any Celeste and anyone else with any other females in the chat, love to get your feedback on this as well.
I'm surprised actually at the amount. I see a lot of women who support Johnny Depp in this whole battle, which I think I think it speaks volumes to women's intuition as far as like they know when there's a dude who's like causing some bullshit. And Johnny Depp, for all that he has been, he's been around the block many times, he doesn't appear to be that guy.
Right.
And you've got one crazy girl, who's making all these claims, and it's like, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
I will say this, that I would hang out with Johnny Depp tomorrow if it ever happened, but I wouldn't touch Amber Heard with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, and neither would I. You remember that there was a saying that was going around a few years ago that I thought was a very absurd, like, statement that was kind of popular in some activist circles, that was believe all women. And they turned them into stickers. Yeah, they just turned into stickers and T-shirts. I just thought that was one of the dumbest things I've ever frickin' heard. Believe all women, really? Just believe them all under any circumstance? Like, that'd be as stupid as making,
men are always right.
Yeah, believe all men. Like, how about we just judge people on an individual basis? I mean, I know that is becoming an increasingly controversial take on things. Actually judging people on the merits of their own character individually. Imagine that. So, I just thought believe all women. I first started seeing signs in the streets popping up saying that and stuff, and I was I was thinking, my personal history, I'm like, I could make a pretty good list of women that you really, really shouldn't believe.
Great comment right here. Girls like Amber is why I don't tell girls about the 5,000 Dogecoins I own. That's awesome. This is why I don't tell girls about my Dogecoin wallet, except my girlfriend.
I'm not a financial advisor, obviously, but I think the 20 cents right now, if you're looking to bulk up on more Dogecoin, I'm not sure you're going to find a better window than right now, folks. I think
it's always the stagnant periods where it's like there's Dogecoin and sorry to cut you off, but crypto in general, just Bitcoin, whatever, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Cardano especially. There was massive windows within the bull run that we're currently in, massive month-long, 2-month-long, 3-month-long windows where you could get a steal of a deal and like 3, 4, 5x your bags in like it just, there's huge opportunities, and it's the times when things are boring that you want to be making the moves, right? And when things get exciting and the fun and all the adulation and all this like excitement comes back into crypto, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's usually when I'm selling. This is, people think that, it always, especially for newcomers, they get swept up in the hype and swept up in the hysteria, and people think they can enter while everything's pushing to the top, and they're going to ride it perfectly to the top. I'm telling you, you're not. It's very hard to judge tops, and it's way easier to call bottoms. Just don't get hyped up on the hype, and take opportunities when they present themselves.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I put up a poll. Do you think Johnny Depp is innocent? Yes, no, or not sure. I'm going to leave that poll up for 5 more minutes. If you guys want to vote for that, I'll leave that up for 5 more minutes, and then I will read the results. So read the results on the air to that poll. That reminds me of something else I'd like to discuss with you, Nick. I was watching BitBoy Crypto today, and the Around the Blockchain show, and he was really giving pretty heavy-handed advice for his viewers, and saying that just long-term holds and the long-term hold mentality is very bad, and it's very disadvantageous to investors, and should have been just left as a meme. And that he was encouraging people basically to do a lot of trading, a lot of active trading between highs and lows. To me, Look, where do I start with this sort of thing? By the way, somebody going by the name Vitalik Buterin coming in
I love this.
at a $5 super chat. Cardano is like poop in my bed. That is,
It's so funny too because Mr. Hoskinson used to work with Vitalik.
yeah, they used to be partners.
Yeah, I don't know who created the Vitalik. That would. How funny would it be if that was actually? I know it's not. But how funny would it be if that was really Vitalik?
That would be hilarious if it actually was making comments like that. That would be a riot.
Vitalik's up late at night on his phone, like. That's great.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, if you listen to tapes between Johnny and Amber, Amber is definitely not the victim. Yeah, I mean, those tapes, man, if you haven't heard them, they do give that, the tapes that I heard that this person's alluding to, they do give that impression that this woman was
like
very,
glass around.
very psychologically and emotionally abusive to him. And then she laughs about when he brings up her physically hitting him and stuff. She just laughs it off and this, that, and the other thing. You know, I don't know. I mean, what we know is what we know, and what we don't know, we don't know. But what we can kind of lean in a direction based on what we do know and people's histories. I mean, that's about the best you can do with it. So back to this.
Back to BitBoy real quick.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention his whole strategy, by the way, for buying and selling has always been that he sells like 75 to 80% of what he owns, even Bitcoin, at the all-time high, and then he waits to buy in. But like telling an entire, but his audience is massive, telling an entire like group of people to like follow that plan is not always the best idea for people who have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
You know, so like I mean,
that's my point. That's my whole
Yeah.
point. I completely agree with you, Nick, and our minds work incredibly similarly, and in many regards. I mean, that's why you're my go-to co-host. But it's like, to me, this is another example, and I don't mean to bag on the guy because he is the #1 most popular cryptocurrency content creator on the planet, like hands down. It's not even close. The guy obviously has worked incredibly hard to get where he is. I would never even want to attempt to take any of that away from him. And I still do enjoy watching his streams when I can catch them while I'm doing other stuff. Okay. That being said, this kind of advice for most of his audience, I think, is wildly irresponsible. You're suggesting that people should basically short and day trade top 20 cryptos on a regular basis as a means for your overall strategy? Are you kidding me? If I wouldn't be able to, that would sit right with me giving people that sort of advice. That's a very high risk game. In fact, I would dare say that short trading things like Dogecoin, even Bitcoin, ADA, XRP, etc., to me, statistically, for someone that's not super seasoned trader, okay, to me that's just as risky as just throwing the dice at BSCs. Your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, and if you look at the conglomerate of people that attend BitBoy's show, CryptoFace being a perfect example, right? Like, I love CryptoFace because he's hilarious. I listen to him all the time. But he is a pro trader, right? He's been doing this for years. He invented software to be able to trade with. And by the way, he lost like $200,000 the other day, live on stream. Like, he gets it wrong.
Whoa. I'm having a James Franco interview moment here. What did you just say?
CryptoFace, the streamer.
He lost 200,000. Wow.
Yeah.
What, on what?
Yeah. Bitcoin.
Wow. And he did it. He lost 200K live on the air?
Yeah.
Wow. I got to find that footage, man.
Oh,
I got to see what a man's face that loses that kind of money live on the air.
Oh, he doesn't show his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you'll hear him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not the first time. He loses money all the time. I mean, not all. I mean, his win loss percentage is crazy. I mean, he wins way more often than he loses. But when he loses, he's not losing a couple thousand. He's losing hundreds of thousands because he's playing with millions. So, and he's using leverage. So, these are guys who have been doing this for a long time, and they're multi millionaires. So, they're in a different league, right? And I would say that, I don't know what the percentage breakdown is on CryptoFace's channel, or I'm sorry, BitBoy's channel, but I would imagine that a vast majority, or at least probably 50% of his audience has been attained within the last year or so with this whole run that we're in.
At least.
Yeah.
Probably more.
So these are people who are brand new to crypto. They have no idea what they're doing. And telling people to, sell tops and buy bottoms is, in theory, it's great logic. But for somebody who's never done that before, it's extremely difficult to pull off. And I like George over at Cryptos R Us.
Yeah.
His whole thing is like dollar cost average. And then if you're gonna sell the profit and keep your original in, because that way you're never losing anything. And then you can dollar cost average down, or whatever you want to do. So there are more pragmatic, bigger names out there. But BitBoy has been known to just put out these sometimes really bad calls on stuff.
Just okay. I mean, just keep in mind. Again, I'm not saying that BitBoy Crypto doesn't also put out a lot of helpful information for people. I believe that he does. But just to put things in perspective here, the same content creator, and this is the most popular content creator on the planet, is telling most of his audience aren't expert traders. In my opinion, and I think Nick above would agree with me, in my opinion, unless you are a seasoned expert trader that has made technical analysis your full-time gig for a decent period of time, you shouldn't be regularly trying to trade and short crypto. You just really shouldn't. I think you have a much higher probability of success in the crypto market, folks, holding. Taking some projects you really believe in that have enough indicators for a very bright future in terms of its utility, and holding that stuff. To me, that's the way more high probability of a success ratio than telling people who've been into crypto for less than a year to constantly be trying to short trade these things. I was just blown away.
Put it like this: I've been in crypto for almost a decade. Right? I bought Bitcoin in 2012. I bought Litecoin in 2013, and I bought Dogecoin in 2014. The other night, I'll tell you exactly when it was, actually. I'm on Bitcoin, not Doge. This was on... where'd it go? This was on September 17th. Dogecoin hit 26 cents that evening. I had about $25,000 left in the tax bracket that I was in to cap. So my plan was to sell 100,000 Dogecoin at 25 to 26 cents. I ended up selling it at 26 cents. But even then, at that 100K sell that I did, I was so nervous, I had to call Miles. For those in the chat, if you're looking for a good, Miles does portfolio exam, he looks at your portfolio and everything. So if you're looking for somebody like that, Miles G is the guy to go to, because I had to go to him. And also keep in mind, I'm up 33,000%. So it doesn't matter, right? If I sell 100,000 Doge right now, it doesn't matter. It has no... I have millions of Dogecoin. It there's no repercussions for me.
Right.
So, and I've been actively trading now for a year, and I still have doubts and all this kind of stuff. But I'll tell you what, I didn't have for 7 years from the time that I bought Dogecoin until this year when I actually looked at what the price was. I didn't have any worries or any doubts or anything like that because I just didn't care.
Right.
As soon as you start to try and judge what the top is, what the bottom is, when can I sell and then I rebuy and then I'll make this much and this percentage, and if I do that I can put this over here and I have to pay those taxes and the government is going to come after me because I'm Wesley Snipes, and that's when things get crazy. And I think for the average Joe, it's much easier to, take a look at what's going on, judge what's happening around you. If things are at an all-time high or nearing an all-time high, probably not a good time to buy. If things are coming down and, if things have been stagnant for a while and you're looking for something to get into, that might be the right time. Not saying it is, not saying it isn't. I'm just saying these are like just basic strategies that people can use, and you don't have to be worried about is it at the top or is it at the bottom, because either way you're going to cause yourself some sort of anxiety.
Right. Yeah. I was just very surprised to hear that sort of advice on his streaming today. I was just very, very, very surprised. Now, keep in mind, it wasn't too long ago, too, that BitBoy Crypto gave a 300K prediction for Bitcoin by end of year. I think that's what his end of year for Bitcoin was around April or May, as I recall. Do you remember that?
He changed it to 100K.
Oh, he changed it to 100K?
Yeah. Or somewhere around 100.
Okay.
He said, by the way, it wasn't end of year. It was end of September.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We're getting pretty close, Ben.
Maybe the magic's about to happen, guys. Maybe that bull run is just going to just ascend.
Dude, how crazy would it be if Bitcoin, everything just shot up in 3 days?
300K, yeah, in 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bitcoin at 300K in 3 days would put probably Dogecoin at about, what, two and a quarter?
50? Yeah.
In like 3 days. So watch.
I'd trade that McLaren for a Bugatti.
Watch, this happens in 3 days, and then we all worship Bitcoin Crypto from now on.
Dude, I would honestly, I would
love to have him be correct.
Be complaining.
Yeah, I would. I'd love to be proved wrong on that.
We can come on here and be like, and we'll have like an entire BitBoy show. We'll put his picture up in the corner.
Seriously,
like, this is the guy.
Yeah, we would. Yeah. We will turn him into an oracle. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was very interesting. It's the opposite advice that we suggest anyway on the show in regards to your overall portfolio approach. Elon Musk, let me pivot to a different story here. Elon Musk gave a pretty in-depth interview with some overseas outlets yesterday, and the topic of nuclear power came up. Elon Musk said people should think positively about nuclear power. Musk joined an event, a video conference called during Italian Tech Week in 2021, where he made these remarks. In the long term, Musk said most of the world's power will come from solar and wind. The world needs power, and Musk said that we should have more nuclear energy, or at least not shut down the nuclear power plants we already have. People should really think positively about nuclear energy, said Musk. I've been surprised by a movement away from nuclear energy. The reality is that it's quite safe. My considered opinion is that they do not present a danger. Musk said if the shuttered nuclear power plants are replaced by coal, that poses an overall greater health risk. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is a topic, Nick, that I did investigate and research fairly thoroughly a few years ago, which probably about 5 or 6 years ago, which really kind of endeared and somewhat shifted my perspective on nuclear energy, to become more of a proponent of it. It is pretty good for the environment, pretty good for the air. I think people many times will have obviously the obvious negative connotations with nuclear energy, given a very unsafe history with it in some regards, with Chernobyl, etc. But when you look at all the amazing advancements that have happened since those days, and the regulations that have gone into it, and the security measures and the technological advancements surrounding it now, it's like comparing apples to oranges, frankly. And plus, to be realistic about the amount of power the world needs to sustain itself, if you're really serious about fostering a better environment, and being a steward of the planet, you can't realistically approach it without having nuclear power, nuclear energy, to be a part of a key part of that journey. Of course, the more we go on, and the more advancements that can take place with alternative energies, we should incorporate those things more and more. But we're just not there yet for solar to take over to take over the lion's share of the energy that humans require. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think that nuclear energy, I mean, clearly it's here to stay. They tried to make a nuclear powered airplane once. There was going to be a nuclear airline. I don't think it ever went through. I was watching a YouTube documentary about it a few weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We've learned some really tough lessons with nuclear power, just in the past few years. Chernobyl, by the way, that Chernobyl series that was on HBO or whatever was amazing. Chernobyl was the fault of it was a faulty reactor. The reactor was not built correctly. So that's one thing. Fukushima in Japan, which was arguably the worst the worst nuclear disaster in the world's history. You shouldn't be building nuclear power plants on fault lines. Mm-hmm. Japan is a highly geoactive location. You can't put nuclear power there. You just shouldn't do it.
Right.
Something also 3 Mile Island. I don't know what went wrong there, but we've had a few little disasters here and there. Mm-hmm. But as a whole, it's a very clean source of energy if managed properly. There's obviously it needs to be used in conjunction with all these things. I love the way I was just talking. I think I was talking to my dad about this. Yeah, it was. I was talking to my dad about this the other day. My cousin, who actually helped me recover my Dogecoin, he's like a computer software guru. We're gonna team. Once I buy my new house, I'm looking into solaring the roof completely, and then using that to run my own crypto mine in the basement.
Wow, that would be amazing. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So I literally just have a money printing machine at my house. Mm-hmm. And then, all the, I don't know if you've ever played Escape from Tarkov. It's a really in-depth PC shooter game, but I haven't really gotten much into it, but I played a little bit. And there's a point in the game where you set up your own crypto miners, and they make you money. I want to be like a Russian gangster in the sense that I'm just sitting at my palace and making money at home. I just want to do that. I think that's such a cool thing. I'm not talking about doing it on a grand scale or anything. I just want to have my own mine set up, and to be honest with you, the only thing that I would consider mining is Dogecoin, because right now it seems like the best bet. But part of part of it too right now is setting up a mine is basically impossible because the chip shortage is crazy. You'd have to buy pre-builds for everything and just throw away or sell the rest of the components, so you'd be overpaying for graphics cards. But yeah, this is something that I'm definitely going to be looking into. Solar, I think solar for the average Joe is like the way to go. And the costs on it have come down significantly. And Elon Musk knows this. He operates a company that just does this. And this
Right.
is to be completely honest, this is probably where I'm going to get my solar from. So, yeah, I'm going to be mining at some point. My business partner, funny enough, is already mining. He started mining last week. So, he's going to walk me through it.
Wow. So is this something that you're going to aggressively pursue in the near future, Nick?
Yeah, as soon as I figure out where my new place is, we're gonna get a. Sorry, Matt Wallace is messaging me. We're gonna get a place down in Florida, and then we're gonna have our place up here. So I would imagine that maybe the Florida place is better. I don't know. I know very little about solar power. I'm gonna have to do my research on that, because obviously here in Chicago, like, probably not the best place for solar. But Florida might not be either. It rains every day there, so I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I wonder what would be the most advantageous place to set up something like that, Nick, in the country.
I think it's like, believe it or not, it's like Wyoming or something. It's somewhere out.
No, that
that
would
area.
make sense. That would entirely make sense to me. Wow. Yeah, keep me posted on that, and hopefully I too will be a Dogecoin multimillionaire at some point. Honestly, folks, I own not a ton, considering my buy-in points. My initial positions, my best positions were at 2 cents, but then of course, that's not where all of my positions are located. I kept buying in at different points thereafter. So I own about 120 some thousand Dogecoins between 2 cents and 25 cents ish. So I'm still stacking my Dogecoins, and I'm actually looking right now, Nick, at moving some of my ETH that I recently told you about, and bulking up my Dogecoins, because I do think 20 cents right now is probably about as good as it's going to get, frankly, for an entry point at this stage in the game. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, you might see a 19 here and there. I'm gonna go back to the daily real quick, just because I have and my computer crashed.
Oh, bummer.
Yep. Did it? No. Hold on. My computer didn't crash.
What crashed?
My mouse crashed. My mouse ran out of battery. All right, we're good.
Oh boy.
We're
Mouse
good.
battery.
Oh, that scared the hell. My computer has never crashed during the show before. That just scared the crap out of me. Okay, so realistically, the best you're ever gonna get right now is like 16 cents, right? We've seen that 3 times
Right.
in the course of the lead up and the fall off. I mean, you could theoretically see that again if there's like a major market sell off in the next few weeks or whatever. But everything that we're seeing here in Bitcoin verging, they're about to touch, which means it's about to reverse. It's about to start heading into a green wave. So, I mean, I always look at it like this: like, what's the difference between 19 and 20 cents? In the grand scheme of things. And even if you are to get if we are to see another hit at 16, like, is there a huge difference between 16 and 19? Like, this was things that when I first bought Dogecoin in 2014, I was struggling with, except it was 0.0006 or 0.0007. And I decided at that point it just didn't matter. I was just going to buy as much as I could. So, yeah, I mean, I think time will tell, but I do believe the next 3 months will be very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah, we've discussed this at length multiple times recently here, Nick. I really do feel that we are on the precipice of something absolutely major, potentially bull run, not just specific to Dogecoin, of course, but starting with Bitcoin all the way down to the likes of which none of us have ever experienced before. So plenty of reasons to be optimistic about Dogecoin, in my opinion, and certainly yours as well. Nick, we've been going about an hour and a half here. I'm still going to do a member stream, so we're going to wind this one down. Just an absolute pleasure as always, sir. If you don't already follow Nick Balls on Twitter, he's pretty easy to find, just NickBallz. Give him a follow for me. Keep up with Nick while I'm taking a break from Twitter. Just stay dialed in with Nick Balls, the Charles Atlas of Dogecoin. Listen, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you had a good time. Members, don't go anywhere. Members starting in 15 minutes. There will be a members-only stream. I'm going to put the link for that members-only stream in the chat right now, guys, right now. So bookmark that, and I'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes from the time this stream ends. And I'm going to put that link in the chat right now. Let's see here. There we go. And so just meet me over there in 15 to 20 minutes. If you're not already a member, I will be covering, I call it the inside track, because I go even deeper diving into my personal investment decisions and strategies, go behind the scenes kind of stuff. We get a little spicier there too with some of the content. So if you're not already a member, feel free to sign up. It's just starts at just $4 a month. It's a great additional way to support the channel. If you're not already a member, you just click join at the bottom of the video there. So there we have it, folks. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Steele Live. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And let's keep the Doge momentum going strong, keep the positivity going strong. The rest of you members, I'll see you in about 15 minutes at the link provided in the chat. Until next time, this is Steele and Nick Balls, Mr. Balls, signing out. Take care, guys.
There he goes.